What's going on, everyone? I wanted to give a little bit of an update on the attack on players by Wizards of the Coast, the really Orwellian policy that is now in place, and make a correction to the video that I put up a couple days ago. I corrected it on social media, but I also wanted to correct and provide additional information as soon as I could. But there's been a lot going on just in my regular day job. You know, I do work, so I want to give you a quick update. So a couple people whom I would consider, at least in the battle of ideas, people that I sparred with during Magic Gate, but remain, what's the word for it? Professional or cordial, the way it should be, right? We can all disagree and argue, but at the end of the day, like, we're all humans and we still all enjoy a game, and nothing should be taken personal, and nothing should leave the internet. Several of the people whom I reported have been contacted and told they are under investigation. So it would appear as though they are at least looking at things from a unbiased perspective. Now, I did see Wizards of the Coast opened an additional job position at their company for an investigator. Why are you hiring people for this, Wizards of the Coast? Why wouldn't they hire somebody who knows a little something about quality control, or somebody who can help fix the card stock, or somebody who can actually talk to the customers, not just people on Reddit? Because Reddit has been co-opted and no longer represents the average fan of the game. And I think that's what's led to a lot of the poor decision-making in the recent history. But in case you're not familiar with it, Wizards of the Coast put out a policy in which was a rider on their lifetime banning of me, that all of your personal social media posts and videos and anything you might do in real life is subject to being reported. This may sound absurd, but is entirely true. And from what it looks like, as many as 10 to 15 people have reached out to me now to say that personal posts they made on their personal Twitter accounts or Facebook pages has put them under investigation by Wizards of the Coast. Now, as we know, when companies rely too heavily, and there's nothing wrong with you know, caring about your community and wanting things like a diverse character cast, it's when it becomes your sole driving force that the ideology is what leads your company around, and not good decision making, not good business decisions. People get in these companies because of their ideologies and not their skill sets, and that's why you see people, you know, in the vice president position with a college degree in education, a vice president of marketing. You end up with underskilled, undereducated people in positions of power at these companies because of what they think, the ideology they subscribe to, and not whether or not they're any good at the job. When you have Chris Cox, the president of the company, come right out and say that he gets his company feedback from Reddit, you know exactly what I mean. These people live in a bubble, and it's what is killing the company right now. Continued bad decisions by them. And now we've seen kind of their end final form, where sales are down. And just like with Marvel Comics, we see exactly, I predicted this months ago. Anybody who saw what happened in Marvel Comics knew this was going to happen, and they started attacking the fans. You know, it's not poor card stock quality. It's not, you know, uninteresting standard formats. It's mean people. It's my fault. It's your fault, the fan, for the decline in sales. And so therefore they will attack the fans and ban people. Now, I've spoken to at least 3 people that I would consider adversaries, but still mildly friendly with, or people that we fought vehemently but have come to an accordance. And basically people on both sides have been put under investigation, put on notice, but nobody's been banned. When a couple of YouTubers went under investigation and they brought up the threat of a lawyer, it seemed like this investigator immediately backed off. Gally, Twitter friend of mine, I'm not sure if any further communication is going to happen, but based on the email she shared with me, she will not be banned. Why they're combing through people's personal social media, I will never support or understand. And it is really something that has to stop. Wizards of the Coast has to stop policing its players' social media. This is an absurd waste of time. It's a waste of money. It's anti-consumer and it's anti-fandom. People should feel free to be able to critique and argue with other players of the game all they want and not have it affect their ability to play the game when it comes to showing up on Friday night at the game store. Now, I have no problem with banning toxic players who show up at local game stores. I have no problem with banning toxic players who do bad things at Grand Prix. I have no problem with banning cheaters. All of these people should be banned from the game. But people who get in arguments on social media should not be under the purview of the company that prints the cardboard and prints it poorly. You know, they should just not be reading. And you create this reporting culture. You gamify reporting, right? So it's like on Twitter when people get into these reporting matches and then they post triumphantly that they got somebody to have to delete a tweet or somebody got banned off Twitter. It's pathetic. It's dick measuring. It shouldn't be what the company itself gets involved in. Now, I've purchased some Hasbro stock, and I will be lodging a formal complaint as a shareholder. Now, I don't think that's going to do much, but you have to go through the motions. You never know. Maybe they'll listen to it. I don't like the direction the company's going. I think you should really not be attacking your fans. The people that don't have a lot of extra money and they choose to spend it on your product, they shouldn't feel like you're watching their social media posts. They shouldn't feel like if they get in an argument with somebody on Twitter that person is going to report them to Wizards of the Coast and be rewarded with your sanctions. See, that's the system they have set in place. They don't even have their own independent monitoring. They're really relying on you to report your fellow Magic player. And now they're incentivizing people who live in that world, who enjoy that kind of culture, to report people they disagree with rather than either mute or block them, which is what normal adults would do, or to debate them in their ideas. Posting a meme, somebody gets their feelings hurt, that's not really something I want my multi-million-dollar corporation concerning themselves with. This is not why people leave the game. People leave the game because standard stinks. People leave the game because your cardboard quality stinks. People leave the game because the art has become puritanical. People leave the game because you keep putting out policies like this, and they don't want to work with a company that is going to be scanning their social media posts. I know other Magic YouTubers who have pinpointed that people at Wotc have been watching their videos. It's absurd to me. And this attack on the players should not go unchallenged. It doesn't matter if you agree or disagree with me on ideas about the game or whether or not modern Masters 25 is mediocre, which is what I think it is. We can have our arguments, we can have our spats, but the idea that you can report me or I can report you and take your ability to play the game we all love away is absurd. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to be notified the next time I upload a video, make sure you subscribe and take a moment to turn on notifications. If you want to support the cause of this channel, it survives because of the amazing generosity of those that choose to back me on Maker Support. The link is in the description, and hopefully you'll consider backing today.